Redbet here, and we're back for the first race of the MotoGP season. The MotoGP season kicked off last week at the Portuguese Grand Prix. Approximately 60,000 people were at the race on Sunday with Marc Marquez on pole. The race is about to begin. We had a clean start, but Marc Marquez loses his pole to Miguel Oliveira. Miguel Oliveira in the RNF-powered Aprilia was able to hold on to the lead till about lap 3. That's when world champion of last year, Francesco Bagnaia, picks him off for first place. Once again, the Ducati's power is unmatched this year. And the next lap, we have a problem. Marc Marquez clips the Pramac Ducati of George Martin before crashing into the back of Miguel Oliveira on lap 3, turn 3. Marc has already said this year the bike is really hard to control. It doesn't have a lot of front end feel. If we take a look here going into turn 3, look at the position of Miguel Oliveira and Pecco Bagnaia's bikes. They're already in the leaning position, preparing to turn into turn 3. Marc's bike is still upright before the crash. He was overriding the bike, trying to brake late, and it just didn't work out. He caused pretty bad injuries to Miguel Oliveira. No broken bones though, but he's going to be out for a few weeks. Also, Marc has also put himself out for a few weeks, and he received a long lap penalty. We'll talk about this incident more in depth on another video. Here's Marc Marquez walking back to the paddock with a noticeable limp. He was wrestling with the bike before the crash, as you can see here. Marc has already stated during the season he doesn't think the bike could compete. Honestly, he looked like a bull rider trying to wrestle that Honda. Miguel Oliveira's father was noticeably upset after witnessing that crash. Top 5 on lap 5 of the race were Francesco Bagnaia, Maverick Vinales, Jack Miller, Marco Bezzecchi, and Alex Marquez. One thing we wanted to note about this race, the Aprilias are again fast this year. Maverick Vinales was within 1 second of Francesco Bagnaia during the majority of the race. So that was a cool subplot to this race. Just a reminder to like and subscribe. We're bringing new racing videos about the racing world every week. Please like and subscribe. Fabio Quartararo and his Yamaha were having a horrible day. They were lingering around 10th most of the day, and he finished the race in 8th. This Yamaha is truly off the pace this year. At the midpoint of the race, the top 5 were Francesco Bagnaia, Maverick Vinales, Marco Bezzecchi, Alex Marquez, and Jack Miller. On lap 20, we have a crash. George Martin goes down, and his race is over. He was the one involved earlier with Marc Marquez and Miguel Oliveira. And then we have another crash. Luca Marini crashes on lap 22. This is his 4th crash of the weekend. Near the end of the race, we had something exciting. Johan Zarco goes from 8th to 4th place in 1 lap. He passes 4 other bikes to not grab a podium, but to grab more points for his Pramac Ducati team. We've seen these impressive moves by Zarco in the past, and waving the white checkered flag was Stefano Domenicali, who's the president and CEO of Formula One. And as the race came to a conclusion, in the end, Francesco Pecco Bagnaia comes home to a win. Maverick Vinales comes home 2nd, and Marco Bezzecchi 3rd, Zarco in 4th, and Alex Marquez in 5th. Great race by Francesco Bagnaia. Other race notes, Raul Fernandez crashed out on lap 24, and Fabio Di Gianantonio was out during the midpoint of the race. The Ducati power again this year is unmatched. All the other teams will be chasing them: KTM, Aprilia, Honda, and Yamaha. We're going to have another video on the channel talking about the Marc Marquez and Miguel Oliveira incident. Congrats to Pecco Bagnaia. He raced a brilliant race from start to finish. Once he got in the lead, he never looked back. Also, Maverick Vinales. The Aprilia's looking again strong this year. Could be an interesting year for the Aprilia team. Who's got to get it together this year? Yamaha. Finishing 8th with Fabio Quartararo on the bike is unacceptable. Also, the KTMs of Brad Binder and Jack Miller had a great race. They finished 6th and 7th. Honda needs to get it together. No Honda finished in the top 10 this week, and with Marc Marquez going to be out for a few weeks with the injury he sustained in Portugal, there's more lost points for the Honda team. MotoGP goes to Argentina this weekend for round 2. We'll be covering that race. Formula One goes to Australia in Albert Park in Melbourne, Australia. IndyCar will be in Fort Worth, Texas, and NASCAR will be in Richmond, Virginia. So we'll be covering lots of races over the next week. If I was to grade this race, I would give this race, I'm going to give this race about an 8.0. Everything that happened at the beginning of the race was all the action. To the middle, the end of the race, it was kind of pedestrian, not much happened. But overall, it was not a bad race for the beginning of the MotoGP season. Plus, we have another race starting next week. Join us for more racing videos about the world of MotoGP and other series. Please like and subscribe. Redbet signing off.